But here's the funny thing.
Well, I think you've done that when I But he's maybe tomorrow.
That's right,
I go up on my overrun.
convoluted.
Are you gonna change it?
46 is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's right, where you are.
I'll start the show.
46?
46, so down. The line movement. They don't would not.
We'll call this board meeting to order. Mr. Joe, keep going.
I just had all the board cases, we just number more we asked for this board meeting tonight. Great quality of people productive in nature. Children are working to remain very good decisions in relation to that with information. With great quality of decision made here will be used for the burden of routine. We'll go with some guidance and legal skills to improve schools and the great profession of education should be trusted with you. Here's the love and name of pray we see things. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Murphy.
I'm just call real name.
Attention, select pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we go any farther, folks that are here may want to take part in the audience participation. We have a board policy up here. Would, from here, I discuss that, if you would. It's out there for your minute. Okay, number 3, good news.
Good news is attached. A couple things though I do want to mention is that school starts tomorrow and everybody's ready to go from maintenance to transportation to cafeteria. I mean, Thursday. Everything's ready to go. They've worked very hard on building transportation. cafeterias and things in great shape, ready to go to start the school year. And also our Chromebook project. Chris and Judy in the technology department have worked very hard to get that going, and very excited about being able to do that.
Number 4, the agenda. See if anything can be taken away or added to the agenda. Five, MCA. Okay, we would have a motion to approve the agenda. Motion, Mr. Bagley, second, Mr. Gordon, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Number 5, MCA.
Mr. Summers, you have me back for the time being. Julie got called away unexpectedly and couldn't get here, so I don't have anything, but there is one thing I thought she asked me to ask him to do, is to give her an e-meeting ID and password so she can get in. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Number 6, audience participation. Is anyone in the audience have?
I'm here to talk on behalf of my children. One of my children was denied to go into the elementary school. We had one that's approved to go to the middle school. We're just trying to, I don't have no problem from going to PJ. In my house, I work 4 hours a week. You know, I work 40+ hours a week. I work here in the county prison. And in between kind of our hard clock to run from, I'll say, one side of the county to the other to go to different schools. You know, and I understand that there was room in kindergarten where she was going to, and I was hoping to maybe get it overturned where she could go to school up here, that way I'm not driving to DJ and then come back to middle school. I mean, there's been other kids that have been, after she was denied, there was recently one that transferred from Sunrise and approved to go to kindergarten up here to elementary school. So,
As kindergarten, we're just told we didn't have any room for her. Our biggest concern is we hate to move our son who has ADD and central processing disorder. It's going to be really hard for him to switch schools. Plus, he plays baseball, and he goes to Petros, he can't play baseball over anymore. He has to play field. And to be a 7th grader changing in sports like that, he's going to get picked on and have problems. And like I said, we don't have a problem with Petros, that's fine. We would send her down there, but we don't have to do it in 2 different places. And I can't tell one that can go on the other. And she was at pre-K last year. She went to pre-K, went to the kindergarten day camp. She's established there. And so now we're going to have to move her. Our son has a 504 in place. So this would be really hard to move him to another school.
Mr. Woods.
So I've talked with Selena, I've known her since she's a young person. And, you know, she's going to house her, have to go to the school. They're going to be 2 different buildings anyway.
But no one's ever in the town.
It's many places, I mean.
Well, but when we both work and we both have to be at work, it's going to be hard to take our kids to choose it. The biggest thing is the morning is not an issue, it's the afternoon. School gets out at the same time, so he's going to have to wait in line to pick our son up. And then our daughter's going to be waiting because he works in Wartburg. He can't go pick her up first.
And there is no bus that runs down there. Kids be dropped off at the end of the road at the highway.
We live 1.3
My
miles.
girl's 5 years old, and she's 1.3 miles down the road by herself.
Is it a county road?
Yes, there is established as a county road.
The bus used to, our bus used to come down our road, it did, until last year, there was like 5 kids on our road, so they stopped coming down the road, they stopped on the main highway, and the kids get off and walk, and in the morning, they all walk to the end of the road, and get on the main highway. CCC road,
When we run down it, we turn around at the end.
yeah, they don't come all the way down to our place.
There's a gravel turnaround, we turn around at it. But if I'm thinking right, where you live, it ain't county road. That's just
Yeah.
It is, it was
We
named.
just got it.
That's probably about a month ago. That's what we went looking for, Charlotte Hill News.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But our kids have never rode the school bus. We've never had our kid on a bus. We've always provided transportation. If I'm not doing it, my husband's doing it. If my husband's not, my mom has always done it. We've never
Bus
had
would
it.
be,
Bus is not an issue. We've always provided our transportation.
They've never-
The only time my kids have been on a bus is if they're on a field trip.
Bus is a problem.
No, but if I have to be to a bus at once, one of them would end up having to ride the bus, and that would put our 5-year-old walking.
As far as home that y'all know, everybody's loaded to go home for 3 days, correct?
No, we do 5 hours.
And, you know, there's a lot of times I have to get my grandchildren up across the river, and I don't get there till 15. It's sometimes 15 to 12, and there's always somebody there with you.
I'm not saying that somebody wouldn't be there, but why should we have to go to 2 different places? I mean, our son is established, you all aren't denying other kids that's got siblings that are established.
That's pretty much why we want to do different places, because
It's just, the problem is it's not the two places.
PJs that they do at school is in North, and then, or was they do at school until they built the middle school. I mean, the only difference is it's just a different building out over here.
And our child's already been at Woodburn. She went there for pre-K. If y'all were gonna do this, why not deny her for pre-K?
Mr. Kennedy, you need to discuss the
I know, we've already been told that it's not considered a school, I get that, but if this was gonna happen, it should have happened last year when she was going into pre-K, but I should have made her vote for Charles. Our son has cried for 2 weeks over this. I'm having a really hard time keeping it together here because to see our kids upset that he made to move what he knows is really hard for us as parents. And if we have to put our down there, I'm gonna have to move him because we can't be in 2 places at once. We shouldn't have to be asked to be in 2 places at once. Our son has been there since kindergarten.
people talking about having been to places, I didn't want that. You want to sit in elementary school.
But the elementary school,
Elementary school.
but they stagger their times. The elementary and middle school stagger for parents that have kids in those schools. The middle school and future start at the same time and end at the same time. The middle school and the elementary stagger for parents who have kids in two schools. So we're always able to pick our son up first and go get our daughter because the school staggered.
We can still do that, right, with after school stuff.
Yeah.
Or someone in the building to release them.
The problem is at the school. We are fine with sending her to Petros. We're fine with that. It's the problem that if I move her, we're gonna have to move him. And it's gonna be really hard on him as a child that has special needs. It's gonna be awful on him.
Not the time while you're having to move both of them, because you're picking them up in separate times.
But we
The
don't,
fact that she still wants to have somebody in school to sit with her.
I get that. I get
You
that.
know, there's a 10 or 15 minute delay between you picking him up and you picking her up.
But I don't have my kids in 2 different schools playing sports for 2 different things. Both of our kids play sports already. And then if you go to Petros, you have to play sports at Cookville. It's not, oh, I have to have my kids doing 2 separate. We shouldn't have to do that. As parents, we should be able to send our kids. I get the districting. I get it. I get that you have to have so many kids at certain schools. We're right on the line. As a matter of fact, we're building a house on Lincoln Davis. It'll be ready in less than a year, so she's gonna have to move anyways. So why would she have to move now?
That's just.
Right, you can see it from the bottom
You
line.
can see from here, they're already trees right now, they're gonna have to get started.
Like you had, answered the question about one transfer from some right after.
They have a sister that's in high school and a sister or a brother that's in middle school, and that little girl's going to kindergarten and got accepted last week.
If there is one, I am not aware of that, and we will go by policy. So, find out if that is.
That would be you, doing it.
Yes, sir.
So you know about that.
Yes, sir.
Like, for instance, like you said, they're gonna buy.
Yes, I go primarily for recommendation, unless it's a new student, and then, you know, we're on the line, these new students, just like we discussed. Something
Well, I don't have, I mean, I've got,
What's the kids' name?
probably 40, 45 of those.
We'll find that in.
I don't have
Well,
them.
they'll jump out and we'll take it.
No, that's not it. If somebody is transferred out of their area, it's got to be for a specific reason. I've got a high school student right now, for instance, looking at it because of some harassment issues. It's just watch for step there. These stats that need to be careful.
What about the rule where it says that when we got this letter last year that we had to fill out, we were told that the first on, or the last on would be the first off if y'all didn't have room. But a child got approved, and I know the child, the last name is Arms, their last name is Arms. They got approved last week because the mother works in Wilbur. And they got a spot after our child was denied. So does that not apply to the last on as the first off? Because we filled ours out at the end of the school year last year.
I actually filled it out myself, and the day we received it in the mail, I filled it out for them, take it to the principal.
School wasn't even out yet when we got it.
The last in, first out piece, I mean, that's for students that are already there existing.
This is kindergarten, the little boy's in kindergarten and mom works at DCS.
Like I said, I'm not aware of that, but we will look into that.
The little boy's name is Caleb Arms. Because the mother told us that they got approved, they got the line letter signed, and they were there last week. And he's going to kindergarten, so that rule, the last on,
That's for children that are already there. Last year, we got overload in sixth graders in Cofield, and we had to move some students from Cofield to DJ in order to not have to hire a teacher. And we saved $50,000 by doing that.
so are there not any spots at all at Woodburn since school starts next week?
That's not got anything to do.
But according to this, I'm just gonna bring up the board policy that says that as long as you don't have to hire a teacher.
That's for students that are already existing.
But kindergarten can't be already existing.
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep fighting this because I wanna do what's right for my kids, so I don't. How do you get a kindergartner existing? I mean, they were pre-K last year, so is that not, I mean, I understand you all say it's not a program, but it's in the school, my kid went there. I don't get that.
Well, for instance, we've got more pre-K students enrolled that want to enroll at Cofield than what they had space for, so we've got a couple of those that are going to DJ. The next school year, they will probably be at Cofield.
There was more kids trying to enroll at Warburg than, say, you could have went to Peach Ross last year, so why did she not get put there if you were gonna make her move the next year?
We just revised this policy in March.
It might be paid for it. So then I feel like if you just revised it in March, you should go back to the established thing, because she was established at Warburg. If you just revised it in March, she should get to be established.
My orders did not make up to pre-K.
No, they don't, but
So
mine did.
we can keep the number by doing
I get that, but if you just redone it in March, then she should be considered established, because we chose to send her, so she's established at Warburg.
He's already doing it. Here, on the paper here, it's to say, it says right here, that if the enrollment numbers exceed state maximums for the individual grade level, but she's going into kindergarten, that's the individual grade level, it says right here, and there was still room up there. You know, I called check on it, I was told that there was room in kindergarten, there was open spots, and she was denied.
And so the letter
So
states
this
that.
states right here, that it's for the individual grade level.
It doesn't say anything about being established, it just says the individual grade level. That's the legal sign.
The lead, this lead right here is in these schools.
Sign.
And it is signed right here, on the middle center, David Freeze, right here. I mean, if that says it's for an individual grade level, she's going into any that's an individual grade level. In other words,
It should have said it had to be established, not
it
individual
does not
grade.
say on this letter that they have to be established at school.
We approve our policy. Yes, y'all, this policy.
We use the police department in the past. If there has to be a start point, we stop.
I get that, but she was established.
Ma'am, I understand, but somebody's gonna get smarter over this policy.
They are, and this letter right here is gonna make it worse, because this letter to our lawyer said that we can sue. Because you all said, by the grade level, it does not say that they had to be established, you should have never sent this letter out. As a parent, I have to do what's right for my kids. I'm not saying Petros is wrong, that has nothing to do with it. I'm saying that I should not have to split my kids up. And I know you all think that because he's in the middle school, but the two schools work together, they're considered one school. You have Central Elementary, Central Middle, and Central High. And according to this, it doesn't say that it has to be established, it says per grade level. And I know that you have to do boundaries, but if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna start this policy, it needs to go across the board. Every kid that's in the wrong district should have to go back to the level line.
Mr. Russell already addressed that where we have, for somebody, we're supposed to be, we take care of tomorrow.
The kids that are already there, Don Edwards ran kids go to Cofield and drive from Sunrise. They didn't get turned away.
So it wanna be last year.
But they're not this year.
He's still on some.
I mean, it's just, I don't even know what else to say.
I like the is,
Is this an attempt to keep Petros door open? But you know, these kids are.
It's not just Petros.
This is not an attempt to keep me crossed over. This is an attempt to balance the budget. I mean, when we're taxing off the schools, we don't have, we're having more teachers. And the county commission, we're getting all more money.
Petros door has a little kid that's trying to spread those kids out. Just close us.
I don't think that, me personally as a parent, I don't think that's the answer. Because
I'm
it's
talking
too
about the
many kids.
kids that comes in from another county to play high school, basketball. But it's another county to play high school basketball.
Or the football player from Oakdale that's going to Oakdale now, just transferred in.
He was already going to school for that.
Transfer, that's what we're saying. And one could be too. If we provide our address to our member, can we refer?
You move to change residence, there's nothing.
If there's an address there now, our house has not been built, but there's an address there, can we not use it?
Not this big.
That's what put our kids out there.
My kids are not going to do it. So, we have to do that.
well, I don't know what else we can do. Policy is what's policy.
Then you should go across the board, I guess is my concern. And I know you're saying kids, but what about the kids that are already?
Then that will be addressed tomorrow, Mr. Priest. That's all I can do. Just gentleman, that's all.
Yeah, well, I had nothing to do go against, like she said, beach rock. I mean, I know it's Bunch, I've known kids, I coach most of them, came from beach rock. My thing is where I live at, I understand the line because I'm pretty much in the middle of both of them. I have a kid that lives directly 50 foot across the street from me, guys at Wahlberg. I'm supposed to ship my beach rocks. My only thing is I don't care to do that because I think she's an amazing person. I think some people down there do awesome. And it's shown they do awesome with their kids. And My only thing is my kid goes to Ridgeview. One of them, that is fixed to be kindergarten. And he has all anxiety problems. And I can get you a letter. I want to talk to him today, the psychologist, and his caseworker comes to my house on a daily basis. And said it's not going to be good if we go somewhere. He goes, none of the teachers, none of the kids. I've worked on that kid for 2 years as hard as I could because his mom shut him down. And I got him to where he finally enjoys to go to school when he was with his friends, et cetera. And I'm so scared to death. And just like my caseworker said that, she fill out a paper and say, it's not going to be so good for him to do that. Because I'm going to feel like my 2 years worth of work that I've had on him is going to go good. Because he's going to shut down for people who does nothing. And that's going to happen. And I'll give you a perfect example. I took him to Olive Springs to play a little basketball discussion. Didn't play in the first quarter. Didn't go to practice. He shut down as soon as he seen people he did not know. He sat on the bench beside me, dragged my shorts down, held on to my leg, and I was coach. Wouldn't do it. Even with me though. And I mean, I understand y'all's policy, I understand where y'all are going with that. I do, 100%. And like I said, nothing against Petros. It's just for my kid's health, my kid's school, his grades, who he is, his person he is, and what I've worked on to get me where he's at. Like I said, I can have letters upon letters put up by psychologists and my caseworker saying it's going to worsen this problem. I mean, that's it. It has. I don't care about the school district. I don't care where I live. I don't care to drive. My kids are my kids. I drive from Walker to Rock every day and every morning. And I get put in a stipulation where I have custody of my kid, but on the days they go to the mom, I have to meet her in Oak Ridge before school, after school, just to make her happy. And I do it for my kids. So I would have to do a whole lot more than what she's going to have, because the progress he makes with me, that's why I have a psychologist, caseworker, progress he makes with his dad, it helps him come along. And I feel as if he started at Petros, or he started to know those kids down there, that's what I'd be arguing. If they see me Walker, I'd be arguing he needs to go to Petros. It's not school. It's teachers he knows, friends he's around. And the thing about it is, for me, is what makes it that much harder. My 3-year-old son just got accepted to pre-K up here. And my aunt is the right of school. And she volunteers for elementary every day. So it puts me in this position, and Mr. Dagley knows. I've worked for the union. He knows what I've had to deal with my kid mom. And my thing is it puts me in a position where she work, I work. She takes me to school, but she volunteers every single day at elementary. And I don't know what. I mean, mine's a doctor, psychological issue. It ain't. I mean, if my kids start in Rockwood and I live in Walberg, I'd be driving in Rockwood. Here, Monster, whatever. It's just, anybody that's ever met my kid can tell you that he's in a shell. He's in a shell. He's that type of kid that takes hard work to get him out of it. And I put my effort in. That's a good day. And I'm not saying that it will destroy him to go to Petros. I just think it's going to completely shut him down.
That's how I feel about our son, since seventh grade, the same thing. Our doctor said he would write a letter, whatever he needed to do. He said his education so far back, he went for recovery.
Like I said, that's my own issue. I mean, he goes, like I said, he goes to Ridgeview, he has a caseworker named Ashton Cloud. She works up here at the office. And she's going to see, I mean, I've been through DCS cases. I've been through hell and back, to be honest, for my kid. And I just don't want him to see him, go from here back to here. That's my own thing. And I'm afraid more than anything, and his psychologist, and I don't want to call psychologist, he's got a caseworker, he's got his dog at issue. And we're all in agreement, so I'm afraid that when he gets around people he don't know, it's going to shrink back down to where his progress is gonna have to be built back up again. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying it's gonna be really hard on a 5-year-old kid versus an 11, 12-year-old kid. So, I mean, it's all, I've worked really hard, really hard. Has nothing to do with water. If my kids go Peak Trust, they're gonna go water regardless or lead, if I got that kind of jack. But I'm just saying, has nothing to do with that. I think we're on this bunch, love kids. Everybody's going to Peak Trust, love them to death. I think they're amazing kids, got good teachers, good principal. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. And if I had some assurance that it wouldn't happen, you know, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I really wouldn't. Like my son Dalton, they're the same age. He's my stepson, he's my son. And that kid, if Jace was like him and my wife was like the other kid's mom, I had no problem. Because he is wide open to the world. He don't shut up. He's just that. He's been around this 24/7. My son's not. It's okay. Told that it's okay not to play football. You don't have to. I don't want you to. They tell you that. We'll play with toys. Do this, do that. I'm trying to be a shining light on the kid, and I don't want to be dark kid. That's my own thing.
Does anybody else have anything on this issue? And I don't know what to tell you folks right now. I will discuss this with the director son. I don't know what the answer is. I'm going to leave your house clean.
Less than a year. Because my brother's is one of the first and then ours. I mean, we got 2 lots, we got a contractor, we got everything wrong. It's just, he's getting married, so he's building his first. He's already listed.
The other part about these other duties will be addressed, I promise you. Making sure it's good.
Will it be before school starts? I mean, that's our big, I mean, school starts Thursday. So we have to just go ahead and start her there, and if she has to move, she'll have to move.
I don't know, because, we this happened last March.
So there's no 2 of us asking for it to be overturned. It's not like you got a whole group. Then the other parents should have came tonight if they wanted to have it done.
Legislative, as soon as you approve the monthly use July 5th, 2016. Next regular monthly meeting is Tuesday, September 6th, 6:30 in Central Office. Next regular monthly workshop is August 30th, 2016 in Central Office. All those days good for everybody. 6:30. I had a motion to approve. Second. Motion from Mr. Dagger, second from Mr. Ford. All in favor, say aye. Number 8, teaching and learning.
A couple things, setting on an ACT webinar today, what we talked about a couple weeks ago about the state offering, providing the second opportunity for high school seniors to take the ACT, provided by the state to try to help improve their scores. And that will be later in the fall, and the state will pick up that. And we also, one of our curriculum coaches, Ms. Holly Dickerson, is picked up a position with the Department of Education as a math curriculum coach. Am I right with that? Instructional leader. So she's going to get above and beyond training and be a part of that for the state, but in turn that helps us, her being a part of that.
Number 9, the National Skills USA Champion, Mr. Stewart. It's great for us, an honor for us to be back before this board. We were just in the chamber over a year ago, made a presentation to you, and I'm sort of proud of these kids. Before I get started, I'd like to thank a person that's not got much recognition, but deserves a whole lot of credit. She was the one that got us the money, completely funded this trip, and it cost Morgan County nothing. That's Ms. Rosa Dawson. She made it possible for me to be able to concentrate on what we need to be working on without having any car wrenches to go to state competition and carry on over and going into nationals. It sort of tickled me, but we're very much, I want to thank you myself, I really do. The kids are going to put on a presentation, but before they do, a couple of our students couldn't be here tonight, they're working for them, and now that's tickled me to death. Social Security. But Mr. Brown received it, you should have a copy of it there in your paperwork tonight. He received, in our behalf, the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. It was the only high school in the state of Tennessee to receive this award. It's a great big honor. And it's based upon the over 1,000 hours of service hours that these students have had going out and presenting this program that we have that they're going to present to you tonight. So we're proud of all of them. So we'll just let them go ahead and take over the show, and you can see why we're so proud. This is my left hand while they're getting ready. I do apologize, no, most people know I'm not very computer oriented, and I have to go to her to get everything done. So we certainly thank her this together. Paper pusher. Our feature paper pusher. Let us go on and it off.
Hello, my name is Emily Clark.
I'm Don Mann, and I'm Lee Ball.
We are advanced welding students at the Morgan County Career and Technical Center. We would like to introduce to you our friend and yours, Mr. Silver. Let me tell you a little about him. As you can see, his feathers are made up of smokeless tobacco cannabis, which we have selected from adults around our county. His body is made up of 2 used oil drums, who weighs 193 pounds, and we use over 3,000 lids to make his feathers.
With the help of our classmates, the Skills USA students in our carpentry shop built our sign, our background display. First took and cleaned the old drums out. After that, we cut them apart using a plastic cutter. Flattened the pieces out and started to cut and shape them into the body. We welded the body into place using a MIG welder. Drilled holes into the body and tobacco cannula. We applied the tobacco cannula to the body using a popper. We drilled approximately 4,600 holes and used 2,300 poppers in the middle. With the exception of the popper, all materials used were recycled. On a second base, it's a little bit over 10 feet tall.
If I could, I'd tell you why we're doing it. According to research, we've done there's a growing problem with smokeless tobacco addiction in teens and young adults. In an article done by Blue Cross and Blue Shield, their studies show that over 7.8 million people have smokeless tobacco addiction. Who chooses this? 11.8% of high school boys, 9% of adult men, 1.4% of high school girls, and 1.2% of adults. Among all ethnic racial groups, American Indian, Alaskan Native children, and adolescents are among the highest users of smokeless tobacco. 42% of males and 34% of females smoke tobacco.
Smokeless tobacco is not safe. Just like smoking cigarettes, smokeless tobacco can cause cancer and other problems. 1 pinch of any brand of dip, snug, or chew has enough nicotine to be equal to 3 to 4 cigarettes. Nicotine, a chemical found in tobacco plants itself, is a highly addictive drug. There is no such thing as safe tobacco products. Even nicotine-free chewing tobacco isn't safe.
3 of us and our classmates entered Mr. Stillfeather's, the Knoxville, Tennessee, TBA and I, Skills USA Medal Art Competition, where we took first place. Then we started to see the attention of Project True.
As people of all ages, young and old, just flocking around Mr. Stillfeld, talking about how cool he was, and made us realize how special our project truly was. We applied for a grant from Warren County Health Department. Now, we might receive money as some backup somewhere. Emily presented our proposal, which we received a $6,000 check that we've used to travel to each and every high school in our county, handing out shirts, lecture pamphlets, and giving speeches to raise awareness of dangerous smokeless tobacco.
Mr. Stillfeld has been in Morgan County News, the Rome River, Tennessee Magazine, the Highland Magazine, and also on Channel 10 News WPR. While on tour with Mr. Stillfeld, we've made over a dozen speaking gigs. The message he puts out says that smokeless tobacco isn't harmless and it doesn't make you cool. Besides, speaking in the crowd, being unhealthy, and being cool really worth being unhealthy.
Working with our classmates and getting to travel with Mr. Stillfeather has been a great experience for us all. Having a chance to be at Skills USA, getting to meet so many great people across the state of Tennessee, has opened our eyes and made us realize there's a few people who are willing to stand up and speak out and make a difference in the world. Our goal is to get Mr. Stillfeather's message out to 250,000 people. And now, thanks to our efforts at Skills USA, we have far exceeded that goal, reaching close to 1.2 million people, not including what's sitting in this room tonight. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you.
While we were building here, we lost 3 of our classmates due to tragic accidents. Aaron Gunner died in a motorcycle crash on his way to school. He was our happy-go-lucky student. And then we lost Jacob Carroll due to parking monoxide poisoning. Jacob was one of a kind, unique, outgoing person. Then we lost Braxton Shannon in a 4-wheeler accident. And Braxton was their leader over our project. So after their death Thursday, we didn't do anything besides sit around Mr. Stillfeather's restaurant. They had all helped play a part in building things and how they were. But we decided that no matter how heartbroken we are, that they would want us to go along. It's sad when you lose 3 classmates to tragic accidents, but what about the millions that we lose yearly to the choices they make by using tobacco products? Tobacco will affect your life at some point in time, whether it be physically, financially, or mentally, by the addiction that comes along with using these products. This is not just been a project. If we can help save just one life, it's going to help you. And just remember, as Mr. Stillfeather would say, having a tobacco addiction ain't nothing to cry about. We'd like to thank Skills USA for this life-changing opportunity.
This helps us build teamworking abilities, our public speaking, and better us for our future careers in the workforce.
I'd now like to end this presentation by showing you a new segment on Mr. Stillfeld.
We'd also like to thank you guys for your time here tonight.
Well, students in Morgan County are hoping to make a statement about the dangers of smokeless tobacco.
And the way they choose to do it, Google's large, crucial fish, he is 10 feet tall, almost 200 pounds, will entirely out tobacco can. His name is Mr. Stillfeather, and tonight he made an appearance in Central High School Corporate.
Students created in their welding class to raise awareness about the dangers of smokeless tobacco.
It was a bad decision and hurts them physically, mentally, and financially sometimes as well.
It looks cool, but it's not the main message we put out. It's nothing to cry about, but it's what our sign says.
We did a great job. The class will take Mr. Stillfeather to the state level welding competition in Chattanooga.
Created
it is.
So we wouldn't go to the state, we went to the nationals, you know, and I want to tell you this little story about after the city gold and after we tore this place down. I'm gonna put it back together in a couple of weeks. But that's all right, but there was a gentleman behind me in the reception that came in our honor. All the students from Tennessee was at, that was up there in competition. And there was a machine shop teacher from maybe city from Sullivan County, was behind me. And he seen this. Of course, I don't know how he seen it, I was just holding it. But he seen this gold medal, and if they wouldn't wear it, he was afraid you guys would steal it. But he seen this in my hand, he said, I see his wallet. I said, yes, sir. And this kid was actually just walking, just like around, bouncing around the room. He said, I hope you understand what you just done. I said, well, yes, sir, I think I do. He said, this is my 15th year of coming to the national competition. I've won gold every year at the state level. We've never even got medal. I wanted to say, sorry for your loss, bud, but it made me realize something. This is the first time that we've ever tried to to do this. Dr. Miller come to us and he said, I want somebody to enter Skills USA competition. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We know it. You guys know it. But our kids in Morgan County is just as capable of being number one in the nation as anybody else's kids in the world. This for teachers like you and you and you that's willing to get out there and push these kids to make them excel. And they realize, when I tell you 3 years ago, Miss Emily, she goes out crying. I said, girl, you're a champion. I'll prove it to you. When she came off that stage, she had that gold around her neck. She said, she was right. That's what you're doing for our kids. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Number 10, policy revisions.
We revisited the graduation attendance coach policy this summer. It was initially instigated in 2007. That was prior to the individual study program. And of course, now that we have so many things going on in the county, we're trying to do a little bit more in the home visits. We also revisited the criteria for the qualifications for the individuals that are home position. So we've made 3 changes, and one of them underneath it is the fact that the holding a valid teaching license has changed from the 9 through 12 certification. And we've added home visits. Of course, we want this with another individual at any all times, primarily the SRO officer. And the fact that they're going to work closely with the council to make recommendations for individual study program. So just trying to bring everything up to date is our purpose of trying to revisit this.
Mr. Tracy, Mr. Underwood on this one.
This is, you've got it attached, but the changes have been, all faculty coaches will be approved by the principal director of schools and the board of education on a year-to-year basis. And then a full-time employee with a valid teaching license will be given first consideration for coaching positions. All non-faculty must complete the NFHS Coaches Education course and sportsmanship course prior to assuming the coaching position. He or she must complete the TSSAA Safety and First Aid course prior to assuming the position. And all non-faculty coaches will be evaluated by school administration yearly. So those are points at workshop that you asked to be put into that policy. We've got that into that draft form. The other parts of the policy is how they're compensated, remain the same from the previous policy. So those are the changes that we, in this first draft.
It's not attached.
It's not attached.
On the evaluation part, who will be doing that evaluation?
We put in this policy by school administration
So that we, principal.
at the school level.
How much weight is that evaluation going to carry?
Well, they're hired from year to year.
Right.
So we're going to film about principal revenues.
I understand that part, but I don't have a problem per se. Tell them now that your thing that are going to be evaluated also. Yes, but if you could just email that to Alice. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so
If there's anything that I need to, adjust on it, I will.
Text there, you got council for lunch room on to discuss this.
I'd like to.
Even the graduation. I may not be.
Everybody would like to do this reception for the okay, deal they have going.
Yes.
This would be additional cost more we have now. This cost more each day.
Yes.
It's still like 189 days. Is that,
And we did discuss, you know, maybe trying this on a 1-year thing to see how it went. We may have to discuss with it.
I think we'll be able to go through more. Just a little tip.
What's the flexible? This is from 2 hours to 4 hours, correct? It would be from school to school, decide if you want to use it from 8:01 until 12, or from 8:30, from like an Oakdale starts to however you want to do it. We discuss just let that be at school to school, we'll decide how we want to do that. 4 hours a day. Have a motion, Commissioner Ward, is there a second? Second. Commissioner Ward, second, Commissioner Moore. What is your name, Scott?
Ms. Lane?
Yes.
Mr. Moore? Dr. Bill? Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes. Motion carries. Request to recognize.
Okay, 12.1, we got the leadership conference, Gaylord Opperman, 4 through 7. Got your leadership conference schedule, action. You're planning on not telling her if you're going to attend extra events, please understand the association with arrangements. 12.2, the Minnesota is going to be visiting next Monday, with 8 and 9 will go. And so visit school sites to look at potential locations for the solar tank. And then we get those over and back. And 12.3 Farm District meeting, and that's September 27th. At the University. Thank you, that's all I have.
This meeting is adjourned. Second.
I'll just make an announcement for David.
When did it come out?
50.
Give me that.